Hello everybody! Today we will be talking about resources. Resources are a very rare thing in AoD, since there are not many players you can blunder easily or which leave resources open for your crew to be funded. So I will go over a series of various ways to gain resources relatively easily. One of them is trade. Trade. City trade is a very resourceful source for resources. That doesn't make sense, but yes. You can easily increase the amount you get per trade via a little trick I found. You just simply go on a map. I'll just show you something. Delete it. Now that's the forts. There. City-states are the place you trade to. Now, if you take a city-state that close to you, that's the market in there, but it doesn't matter for the trade. If you take a city-state that close to you, you will face one issue. It won't give you a high amount of resources for the time the trade takes. Now, you generally want the more resources, the better. Now, it's a lot easier if you go ahead and just simply go to a very low populated area. I'll show it in a bit. Oops, wrong button. Here we go. Yeah. You simply go to a very low populated outside area, level 1, and you just look for a city-state there. There we go. There we have one, the city-state level 1 instead of level 10. And you just port it in the area. Doesn't need to be far away, doesn't need to be close. And then, when you're there, you simply go in your city, go to the market, click trade, and hit refresh a few times. Now, the trade will look horrible, but now here's the trick. You go ahead, after that refresh, and immediately port to a place like around the throne in the area, like ASL level 5 or level 4 area, for example, or just on the other side of the throne. That works too. As long as this distance is rather big, the trade will suddenly look a lot better, more like the numbers I run here right now. Like, I can get 536,000 stone, which is a very rare resource, for just 360,000 food, which is rather easy to get by. The transform ratio is very good here. Now the second thing I want to show you is a dog. It's available from level 12 onwards. You will be able to actually get a lot of resources out of here if you do it properly. You just go ahead, put yourself into that water area, and you can see several land areas which have good resources. Now the middle tile has the most amount of resources, then it just goes down by yellow, pink, green, and in the end private raiders in which you cannot be attacked, which are only available to you. You can't even be seen on the map. The rest are available to the whole server. You need to battle over them in a very populated server potentially. Now, easy trick. You just don't send full march, unless you really want to make sure you take the time no one can beat that march. You just send one cav, because one cav has the same amount of plunder any amount of other troops has, or you can just send one siege or one infantry, doesn't matter. But that is the same amount of plunder full march would do. It doesn't change, it has it several times. Now if you collect the plunder, you can choose to spend diamonds to double the amount. I personally wouldn't do it because it's rather costly. For 300 diamonds you can get a lot more risk than that. And yeah, you just play there. And you can, if there are many players in there, and Our Kingdom's that the case, most of them are in my alliance, you can go ahead and blunder them. Like if you wait long enough and they are actually in there for a long time, you can get a lot of rest out of there. And you can take what they blunder, part of it, and they will need to restart it basically. Unless of course they have a too strong march, then you lose one plunder attempt. You can only plunder 3 times a day, so you cannot bully them. Yeah, your own alliance members can hit you there, but generally if you talk to them, they won't do that. It's potentially a way of testing your strength against fellow comrades. Now, the other way I really want to show you is taxes. Taxes, no, you know them from real life, they're not generally a pleasant thing, but in this game they actually are. Every day, depending on your whip level and your SH level, you get an amount of free taxes you can use on any resource, and then you can just use diamonds. I have not really found the end yet, but I haven't gone past 1000 for the amount, because at that point it's just overly expensive. I just wanted to test it, but it didn't really end, so I don't know. Now you can just keep hitting it. I personally always go everywhere until about 128 to 256 diamonds. That's about the best ratio I find so far. Your whip level increases the amount of free taxes every day, so when you have a 12, you get 20 a day. And your SH increases the amount of resources you can get per click, basically. Like as a SH5 or something, you barely get anything, but at that time you don't really need much, so it's a relatively okay ratio. Now, these tax items don't really come for free much. You can gain them in several events, like the Defeat Bandits event, and you can gain them in some other places, like I believe the God Battle gives some too, but I'm not quite sure on that right now. I'll need to look it up. The easiest way is to buy alliance packs. They give 50 for $10, which is a decent amount of resources. Like if you have people buying alliance packs, they can gather up really fast and can get a lot of res for a very decent amount of money. Because usually if you buy like a $100 pack for building, you generally, I think, get about 56 million wood. $100 into alliance packs gives you a lot more than 56 million wood. Now, of course, there's the production areas out there. They produce a good amount of res. You can use the armor too. I'll show you the list of attributes here. You can use that armor too to increase your production rates and even gathering speed. But of course, that requires more time to gain a lot of resources, because generally your production buildings don't get that many resources at once. So you want to kind of make sure in the end it's possible for you to gain resources safely. Like if you get hit every now and then, I would recommend keeping your resources down and only really opening any items or taxes when you really want to upgrade fast and like want to upgrade something. So they don't get taken, because resources in this game are very valuable. That was it for now. Thank you for watching. There may be another part later or something. I'm not sure, but that's all I found so far. Maybe in later events there will be more, so I'll update it. And yeah, feel free to watch my other videos, my tutorials. Subscribe, comment to gain a redeem code if you want it. And yeah, make sure to check out my communities on Discord and Facebook online. Links will be in the description. And the games community on Discord and on Facebook as well. Goodbye.